Now, as you will know from the features that we've been broadcasting, sharing with you on BBC Radio Merseyside throughout this month, we're only halfway through it. It's Plastic-Free February. But one young woman from Wirral has been doing her bit for the environment all year round. She's been doing this for years, actually. She's 11 now. I met Elizabeth Gadsden when she was 6, and she's a lovely kid. She really is. We sat on one of the big rocks by Liso Lighthouse, and it must have been a really good day, because I was looking back at the pictures from BBC Radio Merseyside's Facebook all those years ago, and we were sat on a rock. I had a T-shirt on. I had a skinhead, so it must have been a hell of a long time ago. And we were just talking about what she did, and she collects all bits of plastic and this, that and the other, and she's really on it as well. And she's got the full support of her family. She's got a big Facebook page. She's 11 now, is Elizabeth Gadsden. Remarkable young woman, and she became an environmental campaigner even before Greta Thunberg, at just 6 years of age. And she's won awards for her achievements as well. School made up with her, council made up with her as well. She had to go to school, so she couldn't come on at this time. So we had a chat before. She was sat in the car, actually, with her dad by the school gates. So we had a chat before she went into school. And I asked her, did she still think that she would still be doing what she's doing now the last time we met?
I hoped that I would be, and I guess I still am.
How much litter have you picked up in the last few years?
Well, it's quite a lot to count, but we've definitely been looking more into an eco lifestyle.
And what's your eco lifestyle like now you're 11? Is it much different?
So we've gone plastic free, and we've done lots of little changes to help us along the way, and in the end they all added up. It's not as hard as you'd think, but it did take a while at first.
And what kind of changes have you made then at home?
So it's even something as simple as switching to a metal water bottle or a reusable water bottle, so you don't have to constantly keep recycling a plastic water bottle for then it to just stop being recycled.
You must have some plastic in the house, because we can't live without plastic, really, can we? Because the car that you're sat in now before you go into school, most of it is made of plastic. So how do you kind of square the circle with that one, Elizabeth?
It's basically we just don't use single-use plastics. Like a car can be reused over and over again. So with things like straws and cotton buds, we use the paper cotton buds, and we have metal straws, or just refuse them when we're out.
And it's funny, isn't it? You know, it's funny that we get used to living in a certain way, because do you remember when McDonald's said we're not going to have any plastic straws anymore, and everybody went, oh, this is terrible, and these paper straws are no good? Nobody even mentions that now, and that wasn't that long ago. So we get used to things pretty quickly. Do you find that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, at first, it was because we started doing Plastic Free July. At first, it was like, because we did it every month for a few years. Not every month, every July.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, wow, this is like difficult. But then now it's kind of just the norm, and we do it all the time.
You know, when I was 6, because when we met a few years ago, you were only 6, and when I was 6, all I wanted to do was kind of eat sweets and play football with me mates and stay up as late as I could. But when you were 6, you were aware of what was going on around you, weren't you? What made you do what you do now, and what made you so passionate about it then?
Well, it was when I was younger, and I saw a man throw litter out of his car window, and it just really upset me. And then, like, I guess I just thought about it, and I was like, I can't just leave this. I have to do something about it. And then, like, now, I think we only have one planet. It's a beautiful place, and, you know, we must look after it.
And did you convince your family to think in this way? I mean, did you go to your dad and say, Dad, I want to do this? And if you did, what did your dad say at the time?
Well, I did. And Dad, he was very happy to do it. And he thought that it was a really good thing. And so I guess it's kind of like become like they're doing it with me. and they're by my side, and I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
And what about your school friends as well? Do they understand? Do they go along with you? Or have you got some friends who say, no, I'm not really bothered about that kind of thing?
Well, I go to an eco school, so everyone there is very conscious about the environment, and they all agree with us.
Are you still part of the little collector crew, even though you're a little bit bigger now?
Well, unfortunately, during lockdown, we couldn't do the little collector crew, but we're thinking of starting it again for the Great British Spring Clean.
Oh, good.
And basically, throughout lockdown, we've been doing litter picking, and so have some of the people from the little collector crew doing their own solo missions.
It should be the little bit bigger collector crew now. You're a little bit older. Do you think you might have to change the name?
It's the name of my page is now TLC Elizabeth Caring for a World and the World, and it's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So, you know, when you feel so passionate about what you do and you see the adults, you know, the people who are in charge of the country and pretty much of the planet, really, they're all adults. They all make these big decisions. Do you get frustrated sometimes when you see them stand up and they talk about this and they talk about that and there seems to be very, very little action? You must get frustrated with that.
Well, sometimes I feel that, but it's like we're going to be the leaders of tomorrow, and so you just have to think that when we're old enough, we're going to be the ones making a difference, and we will make a difference. So
what is it you want to be when you're older? Let's fast forward to maybe 2032 or 2042. Where do you see yourself then?
I'll still be doing what I'm doing now, and I will still have everything eco in my lifestyle, but I will be hopefully training to be a surgeon.
Oh, you want to be a surgeon as well? Wow.
You never know. I could be a marine biologist or a scientist. You know, you never know.
You never know. Well, good luck in whatever you choose. I've got one little question to ask you at the end now. While I've been having a chat to you, I've been having myself a little cup of coffee. It's in a cardboard cup, but it's got a plastic lid. What's the best thing I should do with this?
You could get reusable refills of coffee.
Yeah.
And a reusable cup.
Right, so I'll get rid of this cardboard cup then. This will be the last day that I have a cardboard cup with a plastic lid, and I will take my reusable cup into the shop, which has got the coffee machine, and just put that in instead of using the cup. That's just one little thing that I can do that will make a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, you better get yourself off into school because it's nearly 8:30. Lovely to talk to you, Elizabeth. We'll have to meet up again, won't we? This will have to be a regular thing because I saw you 3 years ago. So in 3 years' time, we'll catch up. And then in years to come, we'll see how you do.
That would be great.
All right. You take care. Thanks very much, Elizabeth. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.